These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Hanging out for 2 hours might be better than hanging out for all day.
Yeah, especially on that day. Good morning, Skippy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
I am alive and well. Maybe a touch of the flu and exhaustion and dehydration and other things,
Jesus.
but as good as any other day.
The joys of being a father and with kids in sports.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Cheers to you too.
It's what is the date to the 23rd?
Is this episode 28?
Something like that. It's been a lot. Yeah. Quick shout out to my father today. It's his birthday. Nickname also Bert. So
It's a good fella. Good guy.
60. How old is he right now? 68? Is that right? 65, 35. Well, that's 45. Yep, 68.
Happy 68th.
Happy 68th. God, he's almost 70. Jesus, he's getting old.
He'll retire one day.
No, I don't know that he will. He might get fired this in the next couple weeks, but I don't know about retiring. Firing's more likely at the moment. So, union negotiations.
Oh, everybody loves them unions.
Yeah, he said the last one was going to be his last one. But apparently
he's a glutton for punishment.
One more.
He's a glutton for punishment, so why not?
I'm thinking he just wants to really tell him what he really thinks one more time.
Yeah, probably. Makes sense.
But anyway, Skippy, how was your week last week?
What'd you very, very, very uneventful until Saturday. Yeah, we went to the third annual let's have a rib burn and wing contest. I think that's the title of the damn thing. At the Kevlar Barbecue compound up in Clarkston, Michigan. 24 teams ranging from. There was several new cooks there, which were good to see that people still want to cook something in a competitive nature. A lot of pro cooks there and people in the middle. I rolled up late, like normal. That's when you cook on a can, you cook nuclear, so it's like I don't really have to be there till like noon for a 2:00 turn-in, but I mean it's just
part of the contest is the camaraderie, you know.
I can be camaraderie, or I can have camaraderie in 2.5 hours. Anyway, so showed up at 9. I guess everybody was there lined up at like 7:30 for some reason. So I picked up some wings from Gordon's, some ribs from Walmart. Don't judge me; they're very fresh. Put them on at 10. Wrap the ribs at 11 because they were a little dark. Unwrap the ribs at noon. By the way, turn-ins at 3. And 2 were burnt to the paper or to the foil. Luckily, I saved 1. Received 5th in ribs, and I'm proud of that. Do you know why I'm proud of that? Because they were food truck ribs. They were the same stuff you use on the food truck. So I'm proud of food truck ribs. And the wings, I cook them like I cook our chicken on the food truck, a little garlic butter, and just go with it until they're done. The wings came out, I thought, phenomenal. I probably nuked them a little bit too far, but they were tender and the skin wasn't chewy. So we got 5th in wings and 3rd overall.
Nice work.
And they had a Chinese raffle, which I had to Google what the hell a Chinese raffle was. Like, haven't we got enough?
So you have a new employee now?
What's that?
You want some Chinese? You have new employees now?
We'll get there. Hold on. So, as most of you, if not everybody knows, I run an offset smoker on the food truck. It's made by Outlaw Smokers. Maybe Jay will throw us a sponsorship someday. And he's, I guess I would say he's probably an ingenious when it comes to these things. He invented what is called a hot box attachment for the Outlaw. It's basically it's a steel insert that goes inside right next to the firebox, and there's people that use it to cook pizzas up top. Is that Pebbles?
Both of them.
Oh, hi guys. Anyway, so I won that via raffle after some discrepancies. I won that. I'll gloss over the discrepancies.
Okay.
Somebody supposedly who put in, obviously on a ticket you get one that says keep this coupon or keep this ticket, and the person who was actually drawn for this prize put both of them in there, and nobody could understand the thing, the issue, and he couldn't really explain it. I understood it, but then they had to re-pull a ticket, and then luckily it was mine. I saw a pellet grill caught on fire or catch on fire, and then he proceeded to relight it and cook his chicken on that. After he cooked burnt fish, so I'm glad I wasn't the judge who had to judge that. But yeah, it was an overall good time. Overall fun time. Took a while for awards. Didn't get home till almost 8:00, but it was a long, fun day.
Well,
but
good.
As I say, if you're going to claim to be award winning, please make sure you continue to win awards.
Yeah, thanks. Jeez, ouch. Took that a little personally, Myron.
Well, here's the thing: is you win food truck awards. You've won food truck awards. I haven't won those, so I have to rest on what I can possibly do.
Yeah, I tried 2 years ago, last year. I don't know when did I do Warsaw last?
That was a while. That's like 3 years, probably.
No, it hasn't been that long.
It's pre-COVID.
No.
Oh no, it was in COVID because you had it.
I took the trailer with me. We set up with the trailer.
Maybe I didn't go to that one then. So that's probably.
Oh, you were there.
I've only seen you with the 60 by itself, not on a trailer.
No, you were there because we were talking about it. I was set up next to Hetzner.
Was that a double and you only did one day?
No, we did both. Okay, we did both days. I should have left after the first day. Saw the writing on the wall and got the hell out of there. Yeah, it was the 2-day with the rib cook on Friday night. So I got my ass kicked 3 days.
Actually, I mean, you got your ass kicked a lot because then you didn't set up for that weekend, so you probably could have made.
And that there is the biggest reason why I haven't done another contest or even considered it.
Yeah, I know.
It's that gamble of, I mean, and you never know. And
for people who don't do contests, you'll never understand what it takes to actually get ready for it's almost a week-long thing to get ready for a contest. And for us who have trailers, you have to get everything out of your trailer just to make it comp ready, just so you're not tripping over everything that you use on a daily basis. And then when you come home on Sunday, you got to put it back in. It's like getting all over again.
For most teams, it's really hard to only do a contest a year.
Yeah.
And to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think that the tastes and the flavor profiles for judges would change all that much year to year, but that contest was probably in the top 5 worst performances we've had.
It was bad. I mean, I didn't do it either.
Yeah, it was pretty awful for us. And it's not great marketing because not only, I mean, all our customers know that we went to this contest, so they're all asking how we did. It's like,
and you'd rather not say anything.
Exactly. It's like, we weren't last. All these other people that don't do barbecue for a living beat us. So yeah. So yeah, it's one of those gambles, and then you're not getting paid at all for 3 days, and what are typically busy days for food trucks. So it makes me a little gun shy going forward, and maybe once we have a couple trailers going, then I can leave one running and go do a contest here and there. But congratulations, good for you, bud. I know you have at least one more coming up for the year, so Westland.
2.
Are you gonna do the other one in Westland?
Yeah, which all right, so I'll get your opinion on this. Well, I probably don't need your opinion, but because it's probably going to be exactly what I think it's supposed to be.
Don't do it.
Well, so that contest happens to be on Cinco de Mayo. May 5th. But I set up last time at a local distillery, which I do okay at. But I sold 140 tacos that day. I'm trying to think if I should find somewhere around town that's close to the competition where I could set up real quick and just do tacos. But then I'm like, oh, then I'm not going to get back to the competition site until like 11, and then I got to do what I should have done already. And it's like, yeah. So
for us, Cinco de Mayo has never been a huge bump. And then we've tried regular tacos. Fish tacos went off pretty good last year. But yeah, it's never been like a huge draw for us.
Yeah.
So, but we don't, I mean, it's not like we're seeking out Cinco de Mayo festivals or whatever.
Yeah.
Most bars that do big Cinco de Mayo things already have food.
True.
So it's for me, it's not a big draw. So I would say, yeah, I mean, and you've been doing well enough at events that, it's not detrimental for you, or,
Yeah, I got it. So what'd you do? Oh, I went to your place. That's right. How could I forget that?
Dude, I don't know.
I met Pam. I met your employee.
What were your first impressions of Pam?
We don't need to get into that.
Yes, we do, because
I was pleasantly surprised. How about that? I was surprised.
You said pleasantly, so now we can't talk about it.
See, I did that.
Way to go. Jeez.
I did that on purpose. Pam is a great asset to your company. She's awesome. I like Pam.
I wish everybody had a Pam on their truck.
Yeah. Trying to think if one of my 2 girls is a Pam or not.
Do your employees want less money?
Definitely not.
Paid too much?
No, you know what? I do not have a Pam on my truck. How about that? Absolutely. Yeah. You are lucky to have a Pam.
No kidding. Pam threatened to quit because I wasn't taking a cut of the tips while we're during the winter. And I think she was serious. I got mom voice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, when you get mom voice, it's not good. Yeah. So I met Pam, went to one of your stops that you normally go to, and had a good lunch afterwards. Yeah. Pam's a good gal. Told her she can come work for me anytime.
And she will. She will be happy to. Yeah. Well, I'll send her over that way.
How's your new employee? You got a new employee?
Yeah, so my week was okay. As you saw on Wednesday when you stopped by, it was pretty freaking slow. It was pretty much that way Thursday, Friday too. Super weird. And that was after we had consecutive really good weeks. So it was really a head scratcher last week, but those weeks happen. So whatever, move on. But yeah, so Wednesday Skippy came over, hung out with us. Thursday, Nate started with us with a pretty extensive food background, was an executive chef at a couple places. Has a CDL. He said doesn't mind pulling a trailer with a truck. So Chris is going to be ecstatic that he will never have to drive the pickup with the trailer again, and nor cut onions. So, but no, he's a good guy. He tasted some food, and my biggest concern about having an executive chef, someone that's been trained properly, tasting food is always, it's what's wrong with it, or if they want to get too chefy on you and start changing things and stuff. And he flat out said, because we talked Friday after service about how he thought it went. And he thought it was great, but he said he's in no way there to change anything, nor does he want to. He said he's there to make what we do as successful as possible. And yeah, he had a couple of things. He thought our pork for our cubanos needed a little bit more salt, but he's been on a very strict no salt diet, so he's really been craving salt.
I can imagine.
But he also took the rest of the pork that we had left over home, so it couldn't have been too bad.
No, he'll just add a little bit more salt to it.
So yeah, anyways, yeah, he's doing really good. He asked about how we do some of the things we do, and kind of like took mental notes and stuff. And I told him if he had opinions on anything, or if he thought of ways that we could make things better, that he's more than welcome to bring them to me. Or if he had a special in mind, I said, bring it forward. I'm going to ask you how you plan on preparing it, how you plan on holding it, and how you plan on getting it out of the truck. So if he has something, he'll bring it forward, and I think it'll be a good asset. Chris has the same deal. He's thought of things, and then I've asked him the same thing. How are we preparing it? How are we serving it? And that's as far as we get. So, which is fine. And Chris is not from that background, so he has a harder time getting through that process.
Yeah.
So, it should be interesting. I think he'll work out. He's not looking for full-time, huge hours, huge pay type of thing. Another guy that's just kind of looking to stay busy and get out of the house. And yeah, he's he was a vet, got wounded in a tour in Afghanistan, doing better. And yeah, so he's just looking to keep himself busy and occupied, and a few days a week. So
good for him.
Yeah. Every time we posted the job, he's applied, and kind of avoided his application because of the whole executive chef experience. So you get worried, man.
Discriminating against veterans. Discriminating against veterans.
He didn't put on his resume that he was a veteran.
Do you know what? I actually find that's normal. Is there's a lot of veterans that don't do that, according to my mom, what my mom says, because she's a professional recruiter, because they don't want to be looked at differently.
Well, yeah, and well, yeah, the only reason I looked at him differently is because of his experience, and I thought he was overqualified for what we do. You know, looking for someone to make some sandwiches, and bring up some orders, and it's, in my head, it's much lower than that executive chef level. So
talk about cost and portion sizes and everything that he knows.
I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm
talking
about it.
Why?
Because yes, we are. Yes,
no, we're not talking about it. I don't want to get you all hot and heated.
Huh?
I don't want to get you all hot and heated.
I am not going to get all hot and bothered about it.
Promise?
I promise. 100%.
All right.
Well, I was a little bit annoyed that you wanted to do it off camera. First of all,
I'll do it anytime. Oops.
No,
shit.
I see you. I can't hear you. Oh, we lost Skippy. He went max headroom on us for a second and then left. So while we're waiting for him to come back, I'll give you the quick rundown. When Skippy was on the trailer, he had said that he had been talking to one of our fans about my favorite topic, and that is our prices and how they are way too low for the serving sizes that we have. So as usual, and since I've had this conversation with Skippy, I don't know, at least a dozen times probably, I got a little agitated with him, and that conversation got a little hot, but just got a message from Skippy. He turned his laptop off, so he's coming back in a second. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there and let him kind of fill in from there, but there's kind of the backstory where we're gonna be at. And he's back somewhat.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just I filled all that dead air all by myself. So, just the way I like it.
Well, now I'm on my
Or me
cell
talking?
phone.
Huh?
I'm on my cell phone now.
Okay.
So.
So I was just kind of filling him and giving some context about you. Oh my God.
That's okay. I gotta plug it in.
Did you just fall off a ship?
No, I gotta plug it in. Where we go? No, we can go this way.
Yeah, I prefer
Okay.
you upright, not sideways.
There we go.
Hi.
There we go. Hey. Okay.
All right. So about you were talking with one of our loyal fans, Bubba. I'll throw it out there.
Oh boy.
What?
It's okay. It's all right.
You don't scare me.
Nope. No scaring.
My
No
price
scaring.
points in relation to our serving sizes and how I am missing out on a significant chunk of money. Basically.
Possibly.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. I gotta at least put my brightness up so I can see your ass. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. That conversation definitely was had and talked about. Correct.
How many times have we had the same conversation?
We personally,
Yes, you and I.
A lot. Okay, we'll just say a lot.
All right. How many times have we had it on this show?
Twice, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, twice. Okay. But I mean, it's good. It's good to kind of just talk. Ish. It's good to just talk. Just have a good talk.
Okay. In defense of my pricing and serving size.
Okay.
We make money on, I mean, the biggest point of contention here, and the one that always gets brought up, is our loaded mac and cheese. Right? Okay. That's where it always starts. So we do a 9x9 container, bottom filled with mac and cheese, a 1/4 pound of pork or brisket, onions, jalapenos, barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. Simple, delicious, our number one seller between pork and brisket by a long shot. Sure. Just under 10,000 of them sold this year.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And we sell that for a price ranging from $12 to $14, depending on pork or brisket.
Okay.
Now, you think that I should be selling that for $5 more a box?
Yeah, I mean,
well, you guys got to. I'm leaving 50 grand on the table, so
he got to that. I didn't do the math, but I mean, I understand. All right, I understand both your points. Okay, I understand yours with you want to make it. Basically, it's a meal for two. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a meal for two. But what restaurant, what anything can you go and spend $12 or $14? Well, probably 14, but $12 for a meal for two.
And get the food enough for two people?
Yes.
Golden Corral, Little Caesars.
So you want to be compared to
McDonald's? You can't feed two people for $14 at McDonald's?
Barely. I mean barely.
Really?
You get two meals. 2 meals from McDonald's are like $8 a piece now.
Okay. So
if you want to be considered if you want your loaded mac to be considered a 2-person meal,
I'm not saying I want it to be. I'm saying most people use it.
That's how you see it. That's how you see it, though, is you see that it's a meal for two, basically.
It's enough food for two people. Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Enough.
Those are a rack of ribs.
And what do you sell a rack of ribs for?
Those cost more.
Completely understand. I get that.
I make more money on a loaded mac and cheese than I do on a rack of ribs.
Absolutely. I don't doubt that. Because a rack of ribs cost more.
Okay.
I'm saying that as far as perception goes, you have a meal for two that you're charging $12 for. Because you feel that you but you wouldn't pay anything higher.
I choose not to. Okay. I've thought about this all week. It's been on my mind all week long.
Bless it.
I understand. Let's say I sell this for another $4. Let's say it's $16 or $17. Okay.
Okay.
So someone that comes and buys it for $12 might come every week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that buys it for $17 might come every other week. Would you sell something for $12 4 times or something for 17 twice? Which would you prefer?
Okay, so I get where you're going with that. So why not have 2 different price points?
Why? Then I'm still not providing the same value, Skippy.
Absolutely, you still are.
No, I'm not. Because then I have a price point of $12. That's a smaller portion.
If they're coming to your truck strictly for loaded mac and cheese with pork, more than likely they're going to pay whatever you charge for it because they like what you offer.
Correct, but they're not going to come as often.
How do you know? You've never done it. How do you know?
I don't want to find out. How about that?
And that's fine. That's your choice. I get that. Because of how it started with what you started with, the prices you started with, then yeah, I'm not saying you can't afford to do that, but it wouldn't make sense because people are already used to getting that portion size for that price. So when I brought up like a month or so ago, would you rather have a larger portion and pay a little bit more, or pay the same for a smaller portion when all these prices were going up? It's if people wanted your loaded mac, they're gonna pay whatever price you choose for it because that's what they come for.
That's current customers. How about new customers? At some point in time, you become not accessible. And for some reason, in your head, you think because I'm on the west side of the state that I can charge whatever I want. And that's not true.
No, I don't. I didn't say that. I said in certain areas, you probably have a better access to charge whatever you want because of where you are. But the issue is you go on the outskirts of where you are. You're not in town. I still think if you sold in town, it could be more. Like I went to, after we talked, when I came home, I actually Googled different restaurants in Grand Rapids and different food trucks in Grand Rapids. Your prices are low compared to what everybody else charges.
Perfect.
But do you always want to be the cheapest?
Why can't I be the cheapest and the best?
The cheapest going to get you more people?
Yeah. I'm not only after the high-end market.
I'm not saying you are.
But you start charging $5 more for something on that, and yeah, you're going to cater to that higher-end market.
I don't think so. I don't think, well, depending on, you could also increase your portion size. Increase your portion size, but put more meat on top, do a 1/3 pound instead of a 1/4 pound, and still make the same amount of money that you're making, and actually really do a meal for 2.
If I'm going to increase my prices and increase the amount of food that I put in the box, why don't I just keep the same price and the same freaking amount of food that I have now?
Again, I didn't want to get you hot.
You're not. But you just said increase the price point and then put more meat in the box. The meat's the most expensive things you put in the box.
True. It is. It is.
So here's the product makes money. I think everybody else is just pissed because it's cheaper than theirs. And you have 2 lines looking at 2 different things. Most people are going to go to the cheaper option. Especially in a food truck festival area where everything is so freaking astronomical anyways. Because the prices are inflated, because you're at a food truck event and you're there to eat. And they know you're there to eat. So they're going to raise their prices. Tell me I'm wrong.
But you don't touch your prices.
Tell me I'm wrong. That's why I don't touch my prices. Because I'm not going to be that truck.
Okay, so
first 2 episodes, you had a hashtag that you were throwing out every fucking place. You could. Chasing money or chasing the dream?
Absolutely. I completely understand that.
Just because you can charge that much doesn't mean you should charge that much.
Completely understand with you with that. I get that.
And if I was paying $11,000 a month in rent, I'd be charging double for that fucking loaded mac and cheese.
I would imagine. And luckily you're not.
But if you want to start pulling up restaurants in Grand Rapids, it's exactly what they're paying a month. But yeah, I got you.
It's more of, So when if I attend, I guess I've never attended a food truck festival as a fan. I've always attended as a truck. So I don't know, I don't really know what people are charging. I don't know if they're changing their prices.
You don't look at their menus and see what they're charging?
Nope. I don't care because it's all about what I'm charging and what my food is.
Why do you care
If
what
I-
I'm charging then?
What's that?
Why do you care what I'm charging?
Because of the operation you have, you shouldn't be at 5%.
Okay, once again, your percentage is different than mine.
No, I understand.
No. Stop. Let me.
Hold on. It's
You
got nothing to
understand,
do-
but I want to explain to everybody else still. What was your percentage?
30.
Okay, now take 60 grand out of that.
I understand.
From
Your payroll, correct.
My payroll.
Yes, I get you have payroll. I understand you have payroll.
That's just me. That's not my employees. That's me.
Correct. I
You
get
didn't
you
pay
have
yourself.
payroll.
You didn't
But
pay yourself.
I actually, hold on. Even when I did put in money for myself that I can prove
A
that I
living
took
wage?
out- What's that?
A living wage?
No, it was like 1,500 a month.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a living. I can't live on 1,500 a month. I get that. But even when I did that, it dropped it from 30 to like 23. But it still was more. And I'm also new at this and I work part-time. So anyway,
Part-time.
I'm saying
you quit your job.
I understand, but I'm not doing a lot. What I mean by part-time is no lunch services. I'm most of my stuff was in the evenings, other than if I did events.
Okay.
I rarely did anything in the morning unless it was a catering event or various lunch service. You work 6 days a week, 7 hours a day on the truck, not including prep and everything like that. So you worked double. I'm going to say it, you worked double what I did and realistically only made 120 grand more than I did. Gross from what we talked about.
So just under double what you did. Because you
Just
were at
under
100.
double. Okay. Just under double, whatever.
You
Just
got to give
under
all the
double.
numbers though. You know, it's
What's
not like
that?
it's not like I only did 25% more than you working twice as much.
No, you doubled me,
Okay.
but you could have actually doubled me. I'm just saying, for all you work, it seems like you could have made more.
There's always that possibility. I could have set up at better spots and made more.
You have a long-standing relationship with those spots, which I respect. That's
Well,
fine.
If there's a fault in anything, that's where it's at. My prices are set at a point where there's value, where it doesn't disclude other people from entry.
Shouldn't your food be the value they get?
It is the value they get.
But you're the quality of food.
Yeah.
If you're the cheapest, like all right, personally, I think if you're the cheapest in town and I go to your food truck, I'm going to get this. Follow me on this, okay?
I'm with you.
But if I think you're the cheapest, if I'm coming to you because I want to try you out and I notice that you have cheap prices, I think cheap ingredients, I think cheap food. I don't think high quality. That's personally what I think. Now, other people may be different, but if you got them in with something, they're going to come back for that same thing, as you've already proven. You have regular customers that come back every week or every other day or whatever for the same product. So that means to me that if you had to bump it up a couple bucks for the same product, they're still going to buy it because they're loyal to you and they're loyal to that product. Am I wrong?
Sure. Yeah, so a loyal customer is going to pay more than what they probably should.
But
I pay more for a good mechanic that I trust than Bill's Auto that, you know, doesn't do a good job and screws you over.
I would agree. But that's why people come to your food truck versus other people's.
But when I'm looking for an auto mechanic, I don't go based on, well, I'm not going to that guy because he's the cheapest.
Then why do you want to be the cheapest? Why are you okay being the cheapest? It's your quality of food.
So you're saying my quality of food's the cheapest?
No.
You said, why are you okay being the cheapest? And then you said it's the quality of your food.
You were using the analogy that you're not going to go have your car fixed by the cheapest guy in town. You pay for quality. Hold on.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I said I'm not going to pick based on who's cheapest.
Okay, but you pay for quality work, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why don't
trial and error?
But why don't you think other people will pay for quality food?
They will, and they do.
Then why can my portion size be smaller than yours and be the same price? You're saying mine's more quality than yours?
Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't had your food.
I mean, I'd like to think it is, but anyway. I've worked hard.
I think we get too brainwashed on associating price with quality. I've had food that costs way more than mine that is shit.
I would agree.
I'll show you some pictures. Yeah. I gotta see if I can find those pictures.
I would agree with that. There are people out there that are charging quality prices for shit food.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So,
but you don't know. I guess you don't know what the food is until you try it. Exactly. And that's the downside. But
there's people that aren't going to try it because it's expensive.
I don't agree. If you're going to a food truck fest,
okay, but not. Let's
if you're on
talk about roadside.
Okay, if you're roadside, what makes you think that they won't do it?
Because I've had people walk away at our prices now.
Then those people don't know what it's like to order from a truck. I mean, they're used to McDonald's. They're used to driving through McDonald's and getting a quarter pounder for $4.
Okay.
But keeping your prices low means you're competing with McDonald's.
Okay. I'll compete with a $1 trillion business.
Can I buy no problem with that. Franchise?
It's a price of entry. I can bring in the most number of new customers this way and still provide them a quality product at a decent price. These people come back and they ask for catering. That's how I get them on the other end. We have a lot of regular customers that we provided catering for or provided 5 pounds of pork for on a Friday because they're having some people over for a weekend party. We get that all the time.
How many of those catering estimates you've gotten from that one dish has not panned out because you sent them a catering price that they thought was too high?
I have no idea. Because we don't find out why people don't go with us.
I know. I mean, that's the nature of the game, but
be happy if I ever hear from them again. If there is a response to me sending them pricing info, that's a win. That means you got
absolutely.
You know.
But then you get the dumb questions like I got yesterday.
Anyway. That's fine. You know what? And I'll answer them all day long. The more questions they ask, the higher likelihood that you're going to book them.
The more you keep them engaged.
Yep. And I try my hardest to answer those as quickly as possible because I know that I'm not the only one they're asking questions to.
Absolutely, for sure.
So, you never. As long as the prices that I have set are profitable, that's all that matters. And I'm happy with that profit margin coming through. That's all that matters.
That's absolutely. You're fine. I guess I
hear that, Bubba. I'm happy.
So I guess I go back to when we had Tiki Sam on the podcast, right? One of the things he told me is, now granted the pricing is different, but equated to what you sell pop and water for. Most people sell pop for $2, and sell water for $1.
Highway robbery.
Absolutely it is. But he's like, he looks at when he gets there, even though he's a legend in our town and people go to him just because it's him and they don't get him all the time. He came up to me and says, "Why are you selling water for $1?" So if they want water, they'll pay $2 for it. You believe it's highway robbery. Are you going to go to a different truck to pay $1 less for water?
Yes. We've had it happen. Really. With people that are just looking for a bottle of water, yeah. I can't tell you how many times when we're at festivals, like street fairs and stuff, the number of tickets that come through that are just drinks. And it's because our drinks have been cheaper than everybody else. People they'll get food at one truck, walk over to our, they'll get pizza down there or a pretzel or whatever, and then come down and get a drink from us because we're $1.50 less than everybody else. We are bumping it up though this year to $2. So, and that's exactly why we were doing dollar waters. For all that don't know, we pay like 4 cents a bottle.
Yeah, I know.
It's
ridiculous.
12 cents or whatever it is. It's a stupid amount. And and just like I don't like these amusement parks selling $6 bottles of water. It's fucking ridiculous. And I think the price of bottled water should be regulated in this country.
You should also go to the stadiums and buy a $10 beer. That's a draft beer that costs them 38 cents to pour.
Yeah.
I think going back to the original conversation, I think it was just he was shocked at your portion size compared to what you sold for. Mm-hmm. If you're happy with it, then you're happy with it. That's what you want to be. That's what you want to be. That's fine. It works for me. Cheers to you, bud. Okay, I want to get you hot.
I'm not. This is a spirited conversation.
Oh, I love spirit.
Which then leads into the next conversation.
Spirit fingers.
Nam was on last week. He's now currently running 3. So he's had 5 trucks, not running 5 trucks. He's on his 5th now, running 3 currently, or this new one will be his 3rd out in the field, working to a 4th. My goal and my plan was always 4 trucks.
Okay.
Because I can't retire off of 1.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Could if your portion sizes were better. Anyway.
No, I couldn't.
I love you.
So that 5% becomes a whole lot better when you split my payroll, my pay, and Chris's pay over 2 trucks.
For sure.
It's even better at 4.
Absolutely it is.
So
I get it.
That's where I am. That's my goal.
Okay.
And so my question to you, Skippy, is what is your exit strategy?